Good morning. Welcome to another episode of Fringe from the new Federal State of China. Greetings from you from Australia here. And we are having episode 474 on Tuesday evening. Well, good morning, my time here to you from down under. And over to you, Jairus.
Hi, thank you, Lily. Thank you for director. It's great to have another show. The first topic we want to talk about Blinken's visit to China. That's a very interesting topic. I think the social media is full of comments about how Xi Jinping was lecturing the Blinken, because he was sitting in a position, looking up to Mr. Xi, and also. As a matter of fact, visited China right after the Father's Day. So many Chinese netizens, they think this is a sign that American people, even high officials, are kowtowing or paying respect to Papa Xi. We all know he has a nickname, Xi Dada, Papa Xi. Let's roll the video from the new federal state of China, the video one. Then we can talk about this. Thank you.
But you know what? The Chinese people were wondering why Blinken chose a Father's Day weekend to visit Papa Xi, because Xi Jinping in China, he got a nickname. It's called Papa Xi. I mean, people worship him as a papa. And now Blinken, paid a visit to him and finally got a meeting to see Papa Xi. And right after his meeting with Xi Jinping, he came out and he told the press conference that America will not support Taiwan's independence.
Isn't that crazy?
Right after that, this is breaking news. Right after he walked out of the meeting with Xi Jinping, Secretary Blinken said this in the press conference that U.S. does not support Taiwan's independence. And then right after that, Xi Jinping praised Blinken for making progress toward a frosty U.S.-CCP relationship. Figure that out.
There are a lot of information. I'll give Lily some time to do some comment. Let's focus on the first thing. Xi Dada, Papa Xi. That's an interesting perspective. What's your take, Lily?
Well, I think Xi Jinping must think that he is so clever now. He is high and mighty. He has lived the dream of his life, being worshipped by the West. And obviously, in fact, Blinken, this time, the reception that he gave to Blinken is even less glamorous than, less formal than Elon Musk or Bill Gates receive. Because Blinken didn't even get the red carpet treatment at all. So it is a humiliation. As an U.S. diplomat, it is humiliating to be received like that, especially U.S. who pride themselves to be the land of the free, and the advocates of democracy, and going so lowly to the communist China, a socialist country, and to be treated like that. It just shows how low the Biden administration has degraded and how soft they have become. They are really playing into the hands of Chinese Communist Party. And if I was an American, I would be furious. I'll be, yeah. I will be furious, but I think that is it is very dark at the moment I think we just have to keep doing our fight. I don't know, and especially later, Blinken come out is saying they don't support Taiwan democracy, and it looks as if the democratic what do you call candle is being snuffed out at the moment. So Xi Jinping is living their life, like really enjoying his moment of glory. I think he must be feeling so high and mighty at the moment now. Yeah. So
Right.
and it said that our mouse score is still being detained. It just shows that CCP is having its upper hand at the moment. Yeah. Over to you, Jairus.
Right. I read a report from NPR News. Even compared with two previous former uh, uh, former Secretary of State, even Mr. Pompeo, when he visited China, he was invited to sit together with Xi in armchairs. So there's another Secretary of State was similar like that. They were all sitting together with Xi Jinping. I know Xi Jinping also invited Bill Gates to sit together and much more relaxable situation. So that's really a humiliation. I think there's one comment by Mao School and uh, probably a while ago. He said the American people are really caring about what they got under the table. But the Chinese people, they just want to showcase that American paying tribute to this Emperor Xi. So basically, if there are some speculation, if Blinken were willing to come to China and being humiliated and press is he made a statement in a press conference. He will not support independence of Taiwan. Probably there's some deal were cut behind the under the table. So that's something and true. One of the thing is they sell out Taiwan. So we don't know what their deal was, but we can see this is not playing well. Going back to Masco's comments as well, he said something similar. As I'm paraphrasing his word. If one day the China and U.S. try to amend relationship, that will be the close point, the end of the CCP, and the force from North from Soviet from Russia will eventually take down the CCP. I'm not sure if you recall that comments, but we can. I want to hear a little take more about the Taiwan issue, or even the how Russia play out this, in this juncture. You see, Moscow was put behind the bar, and you see the things seems going downward, going the opposite way. Seem the Chinese Communist Party is playing a upper hand. Now it seems that they are winning, but we know actually it's close to the end of the CCP. I want to hear what's Lilia's thought on this. I know it's a very difficult time for many firefighters right now. Yeah.
Well, in the Bible it says it's a fearful thing if a fool takes leadership. I'm just paraphrasing from the Bible. If a fool takes leadership, and see, Xi Jinping is a fool. He is a very poorly educated man. He does not understand the Western mindset at all. All he has is, according to Moscow, he only has the level of what do you call
primary school.
his standard of education is just like a primarily educated kid. Okay, so from a psychological point of view, if a person is satisfied with just the immediate craving of food, sexuals, like emotional power thing, right? And so his sense of his base of decision making would be very primitive. Okay, and he is trying to have the best of both worlds. He thinks that the Oriental world should lead the Western world, okay, but he does not understand the Western mindset. Okay, even though Russia is a socialist country and has its base in communism, right, but still there is a, a Western mindset. Okay, that I think there will be things that certain lines that they will not cross, just being a Westerner. But Xi Jinping wouldn't understand that. So if the US try to appease with the CCP and they make a deal, if I was Putin, I'll be very suspicious of what's going on and being betrayed. Okay, and you can't, in life you can never have both feet on two boats. It will only tear you apart in the end. And I don't foresee it ending it well, because Putin or Russia will see as a betrayal. Already Russia is having so much internal struggle and turmoil going on. And both countries, how can you be superpower of the world if your internal economy does not support, can't even support itself? So and I won't be seeing and still CCP still need to keep feeding all these traders. Where's the money going to come from? Okay, and America are slowly squeezing in, like cutting off the sources. Of course, there's still this financial avalanche that is coming. CCP can maybe benefit from some of it, but not all of it. And also, Xi Jinping, among his circle, there's no economic-minded buddies at all advising him on the money. China's money essentially is in the hand of Wang Qishan and Zhu Rongji. Okay, so even like the communist members would side with Wang Qishan and Zhu Rongji's clan more than they would side with Xi Jinping. And I think PLA clan, they will go where who can feed them. Yeah.
That's
my
very well
take.
said. Yeah, that's very well said. Let's play the video number 2. Then I'll probably come back with one more question regarding this.
I wonder if you think the meeting between Xi and Blinken, if you think that was a one-sided meeting. We get the feeling that Blinken is kind of wimpy. And I think he was put there because he's a wimp, because he will play that role. And I just wonder if he didn't just get pushed into that, and Xi lectured him the whole time and gave him marching orders. Your thoughts?
Indeed. I mean, this is even written in the CCP state-controlled media. I mean, 2 days before Blinken's scheduled visit, the CCP foreign minister said, we had no idea about he was coming. This is a public humiliation. And then Blinken initiated a phone call with the CCP foreign minister Qin Gang. And after that call, both the State Department and the CCP Foreign Ministry published, finally, the announcement of Blinken's scheduled visit to Beijing. And prior to this announcement, it is reported in the CCP's state-controlled media that the Qin Gang lectured Blinken on how to behave. Don't That's how you got the meeting. So this is the do's and these are the don'ts. Okay, if you want a meeting, if you want to come visit us, these are the things that you need to pay attention. And so apparently, Blinken behaved. That's why he got there. He landed. You know what? There's no red carpet. No red carpet. The Chinese people were laughing. We're laughing at the Biden administration. I mean, you're talking about the highest level U.S. diplomat visiting China in the last 5 years. There was no red carpet, So, he was not even warmly received as the Bill Gates, Elon Musk, and Jamie Dimon. I mean, all these people got much better treatment.
Well, that
much
was where
more
I wanted
respect than Blinken.
That's a very interesting talk. I was reminded with a Chinese phrase, 拔出萝卜带出泥. It literally means when you put a radish out of the ground, some dirt come with it. I'm not sure if that's the best translation by looking online. So we know the CCP surely will end because that's God's plan. At least for myself, living in America, or from the conversation we saw, American patriots are fighting on the another end. So we see the American patriots and a new federal state of China, or people with faith, they join the new federal state of China to fight the good fight, or we're fighting in different battleground, different front line. Is it possible that in God's wisdom, you were talking about the Bible, that eventually one day when CCP is taken down, their dirty deals or so-called mud with the radish, they will eventually be exposed. I mean, even those American patriots will win their battles, right? We see, American patriots, even the Federal State of China, they always urge American people or American business to be decoupled with the Chinese economy, and new federal state of China also, sound alarms to the Congress or to American people. We don't need your support. We don't need your money. We only need you to, decouple with the CCP, or stop supporting them financially, technologically, and we can take them out, right? But we see the force, some people, some group of people, including Wall Street or globalists, and certain people in the Biden administration, they don't want to decouple with the CCP. So that's an interesting play out. I would hope one day, we will not only take this radish, the CCP out, but we take all the mud out. I want to give Lily some time to have more comments. Thank you.
Well, even though I consider myself as an outsider of American
Right.
politics, but because America is such a powerful country, its policy has far and wide-reaching effects on the rest of the world. I must say that Joe Biden, being a politician for at least 45 years in his lifetime, he must have a lot more worse going on than what was his deal with the Ukraine. And already there are books circulating around exposing a lot of other things that American would love to know. Whether Blinken is sent there to make deals with the CCP so that his secrets will not be revealed as the presidential campaign nears. So that could be another thing, because I personally see myself, there's no reason for American diplomats to visit CCP at this time, because the Congress is doing everything it can to distance itself from China. I'm seeing these two teams here. Congress want to decouple. The White House only want to de-risk. So that is a very de-risk is basically doing nothing. It's just a cover up, just on the surface. Just on the surface. So obviously there are interest group, the power plays of interest groups here. Yes.
Yes, I'm totally with you, Lily, because last time, a couple times, I prepared another topic on FBI's document confirm the big guy. It was Joe Biden. So that was first raised by Congressman Comer, and they were the FBI was not willing to provide the document, but the Congress trying to subpoena the Christopher Wray as contemptation to the Congress. So he was he allowed the congressman to see the document, and that proved the big guy did refer to Joe Biden. So probably he was in a tricky situation. I think CCP is in a very tricky situation too. There are many reports saying that the CCP's economy is really doing bad, so they don't really want to decouple. So this may be what's happening. They are really making some deals behind the door. So let's wait and see. I think eventually we will take out the radish and take out the mud as well. Because of time, we will transition to the second topic. I really enjoyed this music video on Free Mile School. Then we may have the third topic. We will spend briefly on this time, so we can enjoy this, and we have some brief comments. Let's play the radio number 3. That's Freedom Ring. Freedom.
Let freedom ring. I keep my body clean. You know me. God's my only king. Let freedom ring, freedom ring. God's my only king, only king. Gotta stop the CCP. The truth will set you free.
The government trying to jab us like we animals. They eat you alive and kill you like a cannibal. They chew you up and spit you out like that human sushi. The type to never take a shot, but I keep a Uzi. I pray to G.O.D. I know he hearing me. I pray to G.O.D. the only time I'm on my knees. I've been to hell and back, that's why they envy me. Blood dripping off my face from my enemies. If you can't see the truth, then I'ma pray for you. Jesus loves us all, he gon' slay for you. Can't let them demons win, can't let them demons in. Don't let greed and envy turn you to a life of sin.
Freedom ring. I keep my body clean. You know me. God's my only king. Let freedom ring, freedom ring. God's my only king, only king. Gotta stop the CCP. The truth will set you free.
We want our freedom, yeah, we want our freedom. House glow locked up, so you know we gotta free them. CCP tripping, it's the USA, we don't need them. If you don't have Jesus in your life, you should seek him. It's no secret what's going on in this world now. Evil globalists trying to take over and tear our world down. They announced the new king, there's only one with a thorn crown. NYC sinking, lady live about to drown.
Let them freedom bells ring, let them freedom bells ring. Let them ring for miles, bro, bring them forward, Viet Wayne. They made up the whole thing like they always do. They censor you when they lose their control on you. If that don't work, they murder you. They dirty, boy, I'm telling you. Time to play Lil Dirty too. Slam them all like 32. Orlando Magic 92. Can't nobody
we fighting for his freedom till they open the prison. We know this communist party steady trying to get him. Yeah, no mask and I'm screaming no jabs. Government won't control, that's big facts. This my body, not your body, so relax. No mask and I'm screaming no jabs. We know who behind the vax. Y'all just go and do the math. Who's collecting all this money, paying Pfizer with the tax? That vaccination making cash, and we know that God's stacked. 4G out on Nick Natoli on this track.
Wow, that was a powerful video. And what touched me the most is it's just resemble my own experience because I was planning to become a Christian minister. I only dream and hope is just work the way in my Christian circle, just teach Bible and study spiritual things and don't talk about worldly things, including politics. That's my only concern. But God hijacked my plan. God spoke to me through prophetic dreams. You have to get on this whistleblower movement. This God clearly showed me. He chose Miles School. He's behind the whistleblower movement. That really rocked my world. I had to change my mindset to join the whistleblower movement. I found myself sometimes doing a couple live broadcasts on a single day. One time I'm talking about Bible, and the other time I'm talking about ending the CCP. Just like this, they talk about Jesus, talk about God is the only king. Then they also talk about ending the CCP free mouth squad. So this really resemble my own experience because we can combine social justice movement and our pursuit of righteousness and our pursuit of love in Jesus Christ, our pursuit of faith. So you have to balance. I was out of balance. I only pursuing spiritual things, spiritual kingdom, but not caring about the injustice in this world. So I was, humbled by God to show me, I was not caring my neighbors. Because I was a coward. I was not willing to step out my spiritual ivory tower. That's very interesting. I want to give back to Lily's comment, and you can go to the next topic. Yeah, after your comment. Thank you.
I was going to add that I feel the same with you as well. Moscow said political power is the foremost right of human right. And for a long time, the church has separated God and politics. I think it was also ingrained in us as well, separating the church and politics. I think sometimes we see the danger from it because people can use God to call for holy war. But at the same time, being too separated is also no good. And for a long time, I found sort of the mismatch in my faith for not getting involved. Even though I help with the homeless and charities and stuff, but without political power, you can't bring change. And I agree with you. And it's great to see a lot of sort of like the blacks, the colored people. Traditionally, they are supporters of Democrats, and now they are turning patriotic, which is good to see. So we will still have. Let's go on to our next topic. Our next topic, okay. I think it's a video that, even though it's a very short one, and I'll play it soundless and translate and paraphrase. It's a video for all the traders, okay, of America, because this is what CCP wants to do to your country. Okay, CCP just want to take you out, and CCP has a ill plan. And if you are supporting the CCP, that is what you can expect. I will just bring up my notes here. Okay, this is somebody is so-called experts in China trying to justify why there is a need for zero COVID policy and its harsh implementation. We know that zero COVID policy has caused directly and indirectly the death of many people in China. Okay, so it's saying, I'm paraphrasing the whole thing. It says if the pandemic is prolonged for another 10 years, okay, communist China can overtake the world without firing a single shot. There are many debates that China's zero COVID policy is wrong and questionable, causing disruption to the supply chain and harming businesses. Okay, the experts say, but you are wrong because you are too narrow minded. Okay, your viewpoint is too low. It's saying, okay, for example, in America, it only has 330 million people, okay, out of which 90 million already have COVID, okay, and 40 million are still suffering from the after effects of the COVID. Okay, at the moment, the loss of labor is already 2 to 4 million. Okay, and the thing he says, if we stretch a pandemic for another 5 years, 10 years, what would that be? Okay, what would be the consequence? That is what unrestricted warfare is all about. It says the Western world will be over. Communist China can overtake the West without firing a single shot. And it's telling the people in China, over fools will give up. Okay, we have to persevere. We must not stop. We have to. We must not stop implementing this zero COVID policy. We have to persevere despite all the objections. And it's telling the people of China, as an ordinary citizen of Communist China, you should trust the CCP leadership because they are off above. Their mindset, your mindset is too small. Okay, don't ever forget the national strategy. Just obey the CCP leadership. Okay, just pay attention to the last word. In another 5 to 10 years, the West will bow down to us. Okay, so for the people of the West, the people of the world, the people of America, okay, that is what CCP is anticipating. In 5 or 10 years' time, all of us will bow down to the CCP. Okay, and accept it as the world leader, the superpower of the world. Okay, and I'm sure all of us have loved ones and children that we will hope to live 5 years or 10 years from now. I sure hope, in 10 years time I'll still be around. Okay, will you want the Chinese Communist Party to be lord over you, to be ruling over you when it's so cruel to its own people? Okay, the choice is yours. Your action will decide whether CCP will stay, will be around. And I certainly don't. And that's why I decided to speak up and object in every way that I can. Over to you for comment, Jairus.
Yeah, that's a very wonderful topic. I never saw this video, but it was very. Yeah, I heard the similar talks, but this is the first time I heard this video. It reminded me about what Apostle Paul said in the Bible. He said, "We are fighting a spiritual battle. We're not fighting with blood and flesh, but rather we're fighting a spiritual battle with the principle in the air. For example, Satan and his evil spirit, right? Why he was using a word stronghold. So we have God's power of God's word. We can take down the stronghold, the thought pattern set up by the evil spirit. So one of the stronghold in China is the thought pattern. They created a scenario. because the last few hundred years we lost our pride. We got bullied by the Western countries. So we have to regain our glory. We have to revenge. We have the way to revenge is one day we will get breakthrough with the first island chain, or we will conquer Taiwan. We eventually conquer Japan. I heard so many talks when I was in China. We eventually beat America. We beat not only the number one country in Asia, but the number one country in the world. All the countries will bow down to our knees like we used to have the glory in Tang Dynasty or something like that. So this thought pattern is very, very powerful. It captured many people, including me, when I was under that rhetoric. I was also supporting. Wow, why don't we support CCP? Because CCP is leading us to regain our glory, we have to consolidate the power. We have to allow the authoritative state to lead the people together in unity to fight this fight. So we can become the number one country in the world. So this thought pattern really captured many ordinary Chinese people. So our job today, as a whistleblower, as a member of a new federal state of China, as a member, as a person who are doing daily broadcasts, also as a Christian, we're not only fighting on the physical side. We have to break down this thought pattern. We have to tell the Chinese people, this is not our end goal. Even you reach the level of a Japanese or a Nazi, eventually your fate is to collapse. You bring disaster not only to the world, but to our own Chinese people. So the really goal is, first of all, in the spiritual level, we have a higher calling. We will if we receive Jesus Christ, we will reach heaven. We'll have a better world. But on the other side, in the physical realm, there's another better future of China. That's called new federal state of China. In this country, we promote religious freedom. We one person, one vote. We promote personal freedom. We promote protection of personal asset. We promote liberty. We promote respect your very person. And we want to get along with the West, like Mel School proposed. We want to sign the 1,000 years peace treaty with the West. We never want a major power go into war, not only bring disaster to Chinese American people, we don't want to bring the disaster to other group of people. So we have a better future. So our job is tear down the stronghold of thought pattern, which was, according to Paul's word, is set up a evil spirits behind that to give strength to this thought pattern. Once we break down this thought pattern, I became a changed person. I used to, accept what the CCP taught, brainwash us. I think, yes, that's right. We have to, follow CCP's leadership, to be unified, to take down Taiwan, to take down Japan, to conquer America. That's all thought pattern. But because when I came to the US, I became a Christian. My mind was transformed by the Bible. I have a higher calling. I see a better future, a better country, not only spiritually like Abraham was looking for a better city near Jerusalem, but in the physical world, we have a better hope, better one China. That's a new federal state of China. We give each region, each ethnicity group, give them freedom to choose, and give religious group their liberty, give every person their personal dignity. And we worship God, we give glory to God. because all this land all the world belong to God. We cannot control them as our own territory, because that's all. The kingdom is belong to Jesus Christ, right? I will in my comment here, we have a few minutes. I'll give Lily
Yeah,
for your final.
yeah. Thanks for your comment. I love to follow up your personal story more, like how you get to know Christ, etc. We'll do it in another time. Thanks for
Right.
joining us today in our episode of Fringe. Please join us again next week this time in this channel, and please subscribe and like us as well. Thank you very much, and have a great day. Have a great evening. Bye for now.
Yeah, thank you for your